I was gonna call it quits for the day and cut my grass, and the battery's dead on my lawnmower. I haven't cut my grass yet this year. But granted, I live in the woods and I really only have road frontage that I have to cut. But it's looking pretty sketchy out there. But anyways, I can't cut my grass until I get my battery charged up or replace the battery. So why not go ahead and start cutting out this deck. My front deck is 2 pieces. The front section is going to have 1 lid in it, and I went ahead and laid it up there and marked it. I kind of messed up. I built that little box for that hatch, but I walled it up. Now I can't get my arm in there to really mark it out, so I had to get a little creative on how to do it. Now I'm kind of worried that it might be a little off. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything's going to work out. That lip on them hatches is about that big, and you know the screw holes is inside of that, so you got about a 1/2 inch of wiggle room on it. Not to mention I still got the hydro turf that'll cover some stuff up. So let's hope we don't mess it up too bad. Let's get to work. Hey! Alright, so that worked. Let's see if we can go 2 for 2. Go ahead and do this back one. The back one has 2 different hatches. One on the starboard side and one right in the middle. The big one in the middle. And I can already tell them batteries are going to be all up in my way. We'll figure it out. We'll figure something out. Alright, now I can go ahead and I guess start securing this front deck down. I've got most of all my wiring completed that I can do until I get a trolling motor. So really that's my next step. Got my rivets in. I got pretty much all the electrical stuff done. So now it's time to go ahead and secure this front deck. It's going to be a whole lot of drilling and riveting, and I'm not looking forward to it, but we got to do it. So let's get to work. Alright, that wasn't too bad. Now, I'll go ahead and put the hydro turf on. What I plan on doing is putting a sheet all the way across the boat and push it all the way to where the widest part of the back is on the edge of that sheet, and then just marking the outside of the boat, because that curve should be pretty close to the same curve that's on the inside. And then just go ahead and lay it down, hopefully, and then go back and then cut the holes out, the squares for the hatches. One problem that I'm kind of going to run into is them hatches stick up about maybe 3/16 or 1/4 of an inch, and I don't want to lay them on the hydro turf. I want them to be sunk into the hydro turf. That way that makes the hatches a little more flush. So that stuff is really hard to get up once it's laid down, so it might be somewhat of a challenge, not to mention trying to mark all the way around them hatches without having a permanent mark all the way around them, because I don't want to do that either. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to go about doing that yet. I guess I'll cross that bridge when I get there. But anyways, let's go ahead and see if we can't start this hydro turf. Like this stuff, whatever this backing is real waxy. So if you try to use like a Sharpie on it, it just kind of beads up and then it'll wipe off. So I used a colored pencil and it seems to be okay. It'll still wipe off a little bit, as you see, but it stays on there a lot better than a marker does. Alright, let's cut this out and hope for the best. Alright, that don't look too bad. Now if I can get it peeled off and get it stuck exactly where it goes, we'll be in business. Alright, what I'm going to try to do is just take a razor knife. I just got this sit in here and just slowly go all the way around it and score it real good. Take it off and then try my best to peel it back up. Let's see. I didn't really think about how it's going to show a little bit of this lip, but I can go in with some paint and paint it. I'll do that before I screw these down, but that's going to work. Alright, let's do the other two. Alright, I did the same thing with this sheet on this side. Turn it upside down, put a mark all the way down it, and now I got to cut it to length. And what I'm hoping I can do is just take this razor knife and mark both ends. And then try to do a straight line all the way down, I hope. This one might be sketchy. Alright, I got it cut out and it's pretty close, pretty good. I think it's gonna work. What I ended up doing is I took a measurement from here to here and I cut it a little long, and then I took a measurement up here from the edge of the boat to this corner, and from the edge of the boat to this corner, and then I took a long piece of wood and used it as my straight edge and connected my 2 points, and then I cut it out with a razor knife. So it worked. I was worried about it, but looks like it's gonna be all right. So now all we gotta do is put it on and hopefully don't mess it up. Here we go. Alright, so that actually went pretty smooth. Smoother than I thought it was going to be. Turned out pretty good. I don't even have no bubbles anywhere in it. Alright, so now it's time for the back deck. Not exactly sure how I'm going to tackle it yet. It looks like I'm going to be kind of close on material, so I'll have to really watch what I'm doing and not mess anything up. Cool. Hey, not bad, not bad. Whatever reason, that right hand side of that door is sitting up a little higher, so I might put me a little shim over here to make it even. But other than that, looks pretty good to me. Everything is lining up, no major gaps. It went a lot better than it could have, I know that. Alright, next step, put them hatches in. Okay, to mount these hatches, I've got some 6 by 3/4 stainless steel screws, little flat heads. And, I mean, basically all I'm going to do is pre-drill my holes and then run them in. I'm probably just going to do like one hole at a time, put a screw in, you know, to keep it from moving around and stuff, but should be pretty easy. Go ahead and knock that out. Well, there we go. 2 more to go. Knock it out. Front and rear decks are done. It's actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. I was worried that it was going to give me some trouble. Cutting out for those hatches ended up being pretty easy. Pretty pleased with how everything laid out. All the hydro turf looks pretty good. No real bad spots. It's just bothering the crap out of me. Went ahead and mounted my fish finder too while I was at it. It's powering up, which is a plus. So my next step is go ahead and I guess mount that trolling motor. I'm about to build a bracket for it because this front of the boat has that little drop off. It's like 2 inches. And then that'll be it for the trolling motor. I can go ahead and mount it and then I can start working on the light bars. Pretty happy when things work out.